district. When I say how y'all feel, you gotta say fired up. How y'all feel? How y'all feel? How y'all feel? Fantastic. I am so grateful, so humbled, so thankful to be here amongst you, the amazing 40 under 40, to celebrate Black excellence, to celebrate Black achievement, and to celebrate what each and every one of you are doing for our communities across this country. It is very humbling to be here only 2 years after I was one of the people that Latricia called and had received the award actually during the pandemic, and it's so special to be here. My brother's Black, so he's late, but I'm going to say his name anyway. Y'all started on time. I said, whoa! But he received an award here last year, and so the Pearsons are very grateful and honored to be a part of this. I will not hold you long, even though I'm the son of a preacher and a teacher. My team has told me that people are going to be standing, and so I can't talk as long as I want to. But I do want to talk with you just very briefly about the fierce urgency of now, to borrow from Dr. King's words, about our movement for environmental and climate justice and building a movement that is big enough, that is bold enough, that is aggressive enough, that is smart enough, and that is capable enough to transform this country and our world. Before I say anything further, I have to thank my sister, my mentor, my friend, my advocate, my leader, Latricia Adams, for being who she is in this movement to our city. A Memphis queen, for sure, and an icon in this movement from the White House to the Trap House. We appreciate it, and I appreciate you. I truly do. And to my colleague who's been on this journey with me, Yolanda Spinks with Memphis Community Against Pollution. Thank you for being here and doing our communications. First for me, now for my brother. She's got gray hair because of it. But we appreciate you, and our community honors you. To all of the Black women who are here, thank you. Why ain't no Black men shout? To all the Black women, thank you for all you have done to lead our communities. Thank you for all of you who voted for us to be here, who marched for us to be here, who have given of your time and your energy and your efforts for us to be here. I thank God for the Black women of movements who for too long have been ignored and pushed to the periphery by men in suits and ties who have pontificated about ending injustice, but supported patriarchy. Yeah. And so it's important that we lift up the voices of the Black women who have gotten us here, the Coretta Scott King, the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Cornelia Crenshaw, the Latricia Adams, the Yolanda Spinks, your mama, my mama, your grandmama, my great-grandmama, the people who suffered in order for us to be in the positions that we are. Please give Black women a round of applause. There is a movement for justice, but I'm moving so quickly through this, I feel good. There's a movement for justice afoot, and it is terrifying the status quo. Our movements always have progress. They always have setbacks. There's always some blowback. You know, white people might even expel you from your duly elected position. And they always overreach. As Reverend Dr. Warnock says, evil always overreaches. But we know that when they overreach, we're doing something right. They get triggered now. You know, for years they talked about liberal people and progressive people as snowflakes. So y'all so soft, you snowflake. You see they stopped using that word? Because they soft. Right? They can't talk about issues and injustice without trying to silence people. They can't talk about books written by Black authors because they're terrified of the truth about what their ancestors were doing at the same time. Folks being triggered. And in this country, in this land, they're repealing women's rights. In Tennessee, we got a trigger law that banned abortion for everything, including rape and incest. They passed over 20 laws in our state house targeting LGBTQIA folks. Across this country, in the Confederate state of Florida, you see them banning African American history. We are in a serious war for the future that we want to create, for the vision that we hold about what America's promise and possibility is. We we are proving that in their arguments, they are truly morally bankrupt. They don't got a leg to stand on. Obviously, we got legs to stand on. But it's because we are right. We are right in our cause and in our pursuit for justice. And our responsibility in this moment and in this time is to bear witness to this reality and to also be compelled by it to force a transformation in this country by not accepting the unfreedom that they are saying is our birthright, instead of our birthright to liberty and justice for all. It cannot be freedom for Black people to more likely live near toxic facilities than to have a living wage and health care. It cannot be freedom for Black women to suffer from maternal mortality at 3 times the rate of white women when giving birth in this country. It cannot be freedom for young Black children to die, who have asthma, to die 10 times more likely than white children. We cannot accept these pains caused by pollution to be considered our birthright. No, so what is ours to do in this moment, in this time? We've got to organize. Somebody say organize. Organize. We've got to mobilize. Somebody say mobilize. Mobilize. We've got to activate. Somebody say activate. Activate. We must mobilize our resources and our people power in order to disrupt the status quo. This is what mobilization looks like. And to Black Millennials for Flint and to each and every one of the organizations that you represent, this is what mobilizing our power does. And this alone isn't going to break the back of this system. It is going to be our organization. It is our connectivity to one another's struggles, recognizing the intersectionality of oppression that we all face. It is that if we do not breathe clean air in Memphis, there is no clean air being breathed anywhere. If you are dealing with lead pipes in your community, we are all suffering from lead pipes in our communities. If you are dealing with a pipeline, they're trying to run through your neighborhood, through a Freedmen's community, we're all dealing with a pipeline running through Freedmen's community. We are up against institutions and organizations, and in the church they say principalities and wickedness in high places, that is extraordinarily organized and well-funded. We must be very well organized to combat these injustices. And so this cannot be the last time that we gather, and it can't be 12 months from now when we organize ourselves again to fight against this oppression. Because there have been too many of you and too many of us who have been in this struggle long enough to pass some information forward on how to make our community safer, on how to elect leaders who lift up the issues that we need. And that leads me to the last point of activation. We got to change who's in power. Some people got to go. Got to go. And some of them look like us. Don't get me. We have to ensure that the people who are in positions of power care about our communities. And so if you go to church with somebody or somebody comes to your community meeting, it's a responsibility to make sure they're also an active participant in the electoral process. If they can't vote, that they tell somebody to vote, but if they can, you make sure they get in the car and to the poll, they push a button, and then they leave and take a picture and tell somebody else. It's an activation of power. It is not enough for us to continue to suffer in the ways that we are suffering. And we have people in positions of power in our cities, in our states, and across this country who are not caring about our communities. I'm almost done. And I mean it. We will not accept more peanuts and pacification as our communities are being polluted. And we must continue to speak about what some have called unspeakable horrors. The cancer ravaging the body of our people. Asthma attacking the lungs of our children. High blood pressure constricting the veins and the arteries of the heart. We've got to speak to the realities of the conditions our communities find themselves in. And now I've met President Biden, good guy, Vice President Harris, Black Queen, fantastic. This administration clearly is better than the white domestic terrorists that we had leading our country for 4 years, and who was a puppet for Putin and for white supremacists, who's running for again, if y'all didn't know. Don't elect him. I'm not speaking to black women. Black men's percentage of voting for Trump has increased. So I know y'all might not be the black men that's voting for him, but tell your cousin and your uncle and your friend that we as a community need to vote for our community. Now listen, this is not a choice about two evils. It is about our ability to survive. And it is about our freedom to fight against the tyranny and the authoritarian actions of people in power. I faced this with Cameron Sexton in our state house. These people want to be dictators and want to tell us what is good for our communities and are only hurting our communities. We've seen some successes, but too much has not been realized, and we got to keep the pressure on. Justice 40 was a great idea. Did Justice 40 get pushed through in Tennessee and implemented in a way that helped our communities? We've got to hold people in positions of power accountable because they're using measurement tools that don't include race. They ain't got time. Listen, I'm tired of compromises. I'm tired of compromises because when this country has made compromises, it always makes them on the backs of the poor. It always makes compromises on the backs of those who are harmed most by racism and sexism and homophobia and transphobia and imperialistic racialized capitalism. We always end up on the losing side when we compromise. And so I know this might not be a popular thing, particularly coming from a politician, but the reality is we don't have any more room to be compromised. We're done being compromised. Our time for being compromised as a community and as a people is over. We're done being sacrificed. Thank you. Somebody's with me. I'm gonna get out of here. That's my son. Whenever there are compromises made in the institution behind me in the state capital of Tennessee, we always find that the most oppressed are the ones that get sacrificed. When they built the country in the Constitution, we were 3/5 of a person. The Native Americans' land was stolen. They were pushed to reservations. I'm tired of compromises that make us casualties. But it's time to reclaim and refound this country. And I believe that the white folk, majority of enslavers who wrote the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they had some good ideas. Now, they didn't think those ideals applied to us. But we've been here 404 years. And we reclaiming the ideals that were perpetuated by the folks in that institution back there and in this sacred and hallowed place. When they said, we the people, in order to form a more perfect, they were thinking about the landed gentry. They were thinking about the people who could elect leaders. They were thinking about those who they thought would be in power forever because we were in chains. But I think we the people. I think we the people. Somebody say, we the people. We the people. Say it like you mean it. We the people. See, we the people who going to build this movement. We the people who are going to make sure those who've been left out and locked out and pushed to the periphery get brought to the center. We the people. We the people who will prioritize economic, social, environmental, and racial justice. Because we know that if we do not live from the bottom, if we do not lift the people who've been pushed to the back, if we do not lift the voices of the marginalized, they will continue to legislate in ways that annihilate us, we the people. We the people who will demand clean air and clean water and clean soil, not just for us, but for our descendants, and our descendants' descendants, and our descendants' descendants. We the people. We the people who will fight for our collective freedom and liberation. Because ain't nobody free until everybody free. We the people. We the people that our ancestors prayed for. We the people our ancestors cried for. We the people some of our ancestors even died for. We the people that are going to change this country. We the people who are going to change this world. And I'm so glad to be in this movement right alongside you. God bless you. Congratulations and thank you so much.
After hearing that, I get why he gets elected. Horrible.
All right, let's give it up for the one and only, my representative, B1, Justin Pearson. Woo! All right, I gotta get my bearings after that right there. We feel motivated. Do we feel activated? Come here, do we feel activated? All right, let's keep this program going. All right, we're going to shift into our favorite part of today, is to acknowledge our awardees. But before we do that, I am so excited to introduce this phenomenal young lady who hails from Genesee County, and also right there in Flint, Michigan, our namesake. She is also a senior at Big Spelman in Atlanta, Georgia. And she is also the host of our virtual series called Green Table Talk, which has gotten us so many reaches to so many people throughout this country. Without further ado, it's my honor to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies for this evening, Kayla Shannon.
All right, thank you all so much. I'm so honored to be before you. Give yourselves a round of applause. First and foremost, can I say y'all look good? Like, woo. One thing about black and brown folks, we gonna put it on. You hear me? So a few things about me really quickly. As she said, I'm from Spelman College. I'm a senior this year, majoring in political science. Woo! I am passionate about social advocacy, especially in the areas of youth justice and strategy consulting. And last but not least, I'm one of those queens who likes to wear heels, but the heels never make it to the end of the night. So look at them now. All right, because y'all got 2 more passes, and then those Crocs under the table gonna be on my feet. All right. But without further ado, to get straight into what you all are interested to hear, I would like to bring up our first awardee. Tonight's Ally and EJ Pioneer awardee is the Children's Environmental Health Network. Can they come up? Yay! Give her a round of applause as she comes.
Thank you, Latricia. Where are you at? She's over here somewhere. It's really good to be here. It's really awesome to always be honored by this incredible organization. Black Millennials for Flint is one of our key priority organizations and partners. No matter what we ask, they always show up, and they always show up for all the kids, and we are always grateful. What I can say is that collectively, we're making a difference each and every day for children, especially our most marginalized, our most forgotten at times. But the work is still very much ahead of us. I want to thank Chrissy Truesdale, our Deputy Director, who's here, and our entire brilliant, passionate, devoted team. We have a lot of fun together, but we really get down to business, especially when we know that we're working for all children. I wish there was not a need for an organization that had to work on protecting all children from environmental hazards, from making sure that they weren't exposed to lead poisoning, pesticides that are altering their brain and development, and causing childhood cancer, among many other lifelong issues. Unlike a decade ago, we could not claim ignorance. We actually have a lot of information and lived experience in science, and we're not moving on that action. Our children are dealing with a range of chronic physical and mental health challenges that should simply not be. They've had nothing to do with the state of our lack of various systems that are actually protecting them and putting them first, and yet they're most to feel the brunt from the lack of action and prioritizing their needs. We partner with the Chisholm Legacy Project to produce a report on how the syndemic is impacting Black and brown children, especially. That's through economic disinvestment, heaviest impacts from the COVID pandemic, climate change, and environmental racism. Black and brown children face double jeopardy. Among a list of challenges they face even before birth, they're most likely to live near a polluting facility, or most likely to live on the front lines of the climate crisis. So drought conditions, polluting facilities, flooding conditions, and wildfire zones, just to name a few. The fact that this is not normal and that this is normal should not set well with us. We fight for an economic system, a justice system, and a health system that places the needs of children in all decision-making first. A system where we have never seen before. One that values the lives of our most vulnerable and provides a natural protection over all of us. We are about breaking the cycle of treatment of illness over the prevention of it in the first place. Healthier children simply lead to healthier adolescents and healthier adults. This is also a positive generational effect. I will add with a point on joy, which I think we could all use a lot of. Happiness can be found even in the darkness of light if only one remembers to turn the light on. Our children, our youth, all 40 of you, big congratulations. I'm sure someone at some point stuck their neck out, their arm out, reached out and gave you a hand, and here you are shedding your light for the rest of us. Our children are full of potential, energy, and light. We're honored to stand with Black Millennials for Flint for their well-being and the health and safety of all children today and tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Christy, are you in the house? Can you come up here, please? I have a surprise that you all don't know. Some of us know, but you all don't know. All right, so on behalf of Black Millennials for Flint, the Children's Environmental Health Network from day one has been such a phenomenal partner to us. They have been experts and really focusing on our most precious gift, which is our children. So on behalf of Black Millennials for Flint and our board of directors, we would like to award this check to you all. It's not a lot, but what we can afford, but we would like to give you this award for $1,000 to continue your work to support our children.
All right, and now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Really quickly, before I move forward with the program, I would just like to set a quick agreement for the space because I know we're all excited to be here. I know we'll have a lot of folks coming up who would like to be heard. So really quickly, I'm a teacher in the summertime. When I say hush, can y'all say hush? Hush. Again, when I say hush, can y'all say hush? Hush. Hush. Do it one more time. This time, let it sizzle a little bit. When I say hush, y'all say hush. Hush. All right, y'all. We're really excited to be here. We're really excited to congregate. We will have time for y'all to network. But while folks are speaking, we want to give them the respect of the space. So can you do your best? If you're gonna talk, keep it to a whisper. But even the whispers get loud when it's a bunch going on at the same time, right? So when I say hush one more time, y'all say hush. Let it sizzle. Hush. Hush. All right, I appreciate that. All right, so before I do start bringing up our awardees, a quick reminder that each of you all will have time for 60-second remarks. Can somebody say 60 seconds? 60 seconds. That's not 90 seconds. It's not 120 seconds. It's not a pastor's 60 seconds, all right? It's a good 60 seconds. Please do not make me ease up on this stage and shout you off, because I will if I have to, but I would rather not, all right? So each of you all will have 60 seconds for remarks. Please be considerate of your fellow awardees. And also, please forgive my pronunciation of your name. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if I butcher your name, please get to the mic and say your name correctly so the folks can put some respect on your name. You got me? All right. So our first awardee of the night is Aubrey Connor. Aubrey Connor.
That was pretty close. My name is Aubrey Connor. She, her pronouns. I am the director for the Center for Environmental and Climate Justice at the NAACP. And I stand before you today deeply humbled and profoundly grateful to be among such great leaders and to Black Millennials for Flint for this Young, Gifted, and Green 40 Under 40 award. Growing up in the South, I experienced firsthand the harsh realities of living in a sacrifice zone and having community neglect with phosphate plants and air pollution. Until later in my educational career, I thought it was normal to have an albuterol pump. But learning the truth ignited a fire within me that I would censure advocating for communities like mine, frontline communities, and to always strive to have environmental justice in my career. That determination led me to law school and continues to empower my ongoing work with civil rights organizations, using my degree to advocate for the communities that have long been excluded and ignored.
Today, we are celebrating our achievements, but we must acknowledge that we are in a climate emergency. To achieve true equity, we must sit in places of leadership and not only be heard, but be valued at the decision-making tables. We can no longer, as Representative Pearson said, we can no longer be brought along for photo ops or for symbolic gestures. The time is for now, for this movement to center those of us who have been excluded and for us to champion solutions that are inclusive of all of us to build a just and sustainable future. So in closing, I dedicate this award to all the resilient NAACP branches and leaders who inspire me, the elders who guided me, and the countless activists, advocates, and allies who stand shoulder to shoulder in this fight. Let's use this moment as an urgent rallying call because we are unstoppable together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next awardee is Alejandro Alvarez. Alejandro Alvarez. Oh, yes. Give him a round of applause as he comes.
What I gotta say is thank you, Lady Gaga, because that's how people know how to say my name, right, Alejandro? So first and foremost, it's an honor to be here. This journey started the day I guess I was born, because the moment that I was introduced to this world with my grandmother and my mother that raised me, I was led with the heart of giving honor and respect to this earth. We come from Colombia, raised on a farm. I grew coffee all my summers, and I found a profound love for nature and the interconnectedness that comes with that. And with that said, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in being sustainability that comes from a Native American proverb is that we make sometimes the mistake to think that we inherited this from this earth from our ancestors in reality when we're just borrowing it from future generations. And that has been at the forefront the principle of what we build Soulful Synergy here. And I want to dedicate and thank my business partner, Dwayne Norris in the back there, my brother, my soul brother. And I could have never done what we've done in the last 10 years of serving over 6,000 people in workforce development, because it's not just about cleaning up our communities, but also allowing our communities to take advantage and move forward and be able to find careers and pathways that are valuable and able to create lifelong wealth for themselves. So thank you again. I appreciate you all and great job. It's very hard to follow all this amazing talent here today.
Thank you, Alejandro. Next we'll have Anna Forster. Anna Forster. Oh, Ron.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Waida Forster. Waida is my indigenous name that I got when I was 20 years old. I'm currently 33 years old. I brought my unicycle as a tool of resistance, a resistance to the depression that we often feel when we are doing the climate justice work that we do. Much joy to you all, and love and respect and honor.
Thank you, Ira. Next we have Aramis C. Jones.
Okay.
All right, give her a round of applause as she comes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aramis Jones, and I am the founder of Renew Mobile Health and Wellness. We are a preventative health wellness organization focused on serving underserved rural communities in the Mid-South. So that's Tennessee and the Mississippi area. And I want to thank Black Millennials for Flint for giving me this opportunity and the other amazing honorees. I also want to thank God for allowing me to wake up every day and to do this work, and my mom for instilling in me the passion to help people, but to also get up every day and do good work, and to also, really focus on just doing good work with your heart in mind. I'm a passion-filled person, and it's not about money. It's not about, recognition, but it's about seeing and helping people live a happier and healthier life every day. And that's why I wake up and do this work. And I'm just so grateful for Latricia and the Black Millennial for Flint team for being a model organization in what you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Aramis. Next we have Ashley N. Strozier. Ashley Strozier.
my name perfectly. All right, my thanks. Thank you to Black Millennials for Flint for this amazing honor. And it is that, it's an honor. I'm thankful that God has allowed me to call Flint my home. I am a Flintstone born and raised. Proud of that. But I wouldn't be able to do the work that I do every single day without the support of my husband, my children, my amazing family. A special thank you to Glenn and Essence Wilson and my Community's First family for giving me a space to serve and make a difference. And to every single person I've been able to help in Flint, Saginaw, Detroit communities, and beyond. My wish is that I get to keep serving. I can't duplicate myself, but I hope that I can inspire those that are struggling to move from that spot so that they can reach back and help someone else. Thank you again, and God bless.
All right, and next we have Ossie Davis Robbins. Ossie.
Hey y'all, I'm from the South, but it's pronounced Ossie Davis Robbins. First and foremost, I want to thank God for guiding me on this full circle journey, being from the small community of Alton, Louisiana, a community located in the notorious Cancer Alley, which is plagued with several environmental injustices. To be honored in this way is indescribable. I'm eternally grateful to my family, my husband, and my friends for being unwavering in their support and belief in me. It's their passion that fuels my passion. To my mentor and fearless leader, Dr. Beverly Wright, and my colleagues, thank you for your trust and collaboration. Together, we're making strides for a greener and more sustainable future. And last but not least, thank you to all the folks at Black Millennials for Flint for this incredible honor. To my fellow honorees, I am so inspired to be in your presence, and I look forward to achieving environmental and climate justice with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ossie. Next, we will have Bria Crawford. Bria Crawford.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bria Crawford, and I am from New Jersey. I'm taking this environmental racism course, and the first day, the professor asked, when were you introduced to environmental justice? My answer was, when I was in elementary school, we were told not to drink the water from the water fountain because of the high lead concentration. I didn't know until I got older that I was a product of my environment, and now I'm about to be 31. I have asthma, I have endometriosis, and because of the work that I used to do with environmental sampling, I also have epilepsy. I am a product of my environment. So when I go to work every day, I fight for people like me, but I also fight for my family, my community, and all the people that I see every day on my way to work, every day in the work that I do, because my voice will be heard, all of our voices will be heard, and the work does not stop. We keep going. So let's get our work done, not just in this room, on this roof. Let's be loud, let all of DC hear us, and let all of the world hear us. Thank you, Black Millennials, for playing. Thank
you. Thank you, Bria. Next, we have Camila Esquivia Zapata. Please correct me. I know I said that.
Buenas noches. Good evening. Thank you, everybody. My name is Camilo Esquivia Zapata, so you're very close. I'm Afro-Latino, and I am from Colombia. I came to the U.S. in 2004 for college. I went to a historical Black college, Benedict College, in South Carolina, where my professors ensured that I learned that we needed to fight for justice and for our communities since then. So I've been doing that ever since then as a health and safety consultant in South Carolina, in the war zone of Colombia, where I helped work with indigenous and Black people who were displaced from their land, going back to their land, at Brandeis and MIT, in my grad school studies, where it's not easy to be Black. It's not an easy place to be in it. And at the Union of Concerned Scientists, where I'm an organizer. I'm one of the few Black organizers in the organization, working to ensure that our scientists work in collaboration with environmental justice communities to make sure that we have the scientific information that we need in order to pass policies. Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Camilo. And let us please remember our agreement to respect the space, respect the microphone, so everybody has the opportunity to be heard. When I say hush, give me a hush. Hush. Yeah, I like that. All right, next we have Chris Hahn. Chris Hahn. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you and good evening. Thank you for this honor of being here in this space. I come from the sticks, raised in a place with 9 stoplights. It's wonderful to be here in this big city. I'm grateful for my friends and family and colleagues and movement leaders that made a space for me in the EJ movement. Me, a spider ecologist. What? Yeah. When I was doing my PhD and I was isolated out in the woods studying my spiders, it was movement leaders, Black Lives Matter, who pulled me aside and said the chant, "Who keeps us safe?" If you know the answer to that, answer. Who keeps us safe?
He keeps us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
He keeps us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
He keeps us safe.
It is that spirit. We keep us safe. Come as you are. The gifts that you have, whatever they are, is what will empower this movement. It takes all of us. And it was that inspired me to use my gifts of spider ecology to create a community science project called Spidey Sensor, where people collect and monitor their air quality by collecting spider webs. I leave here inspired by all the work that you do and know that we will make space for other people because we are just getting started. We are just getting the momentum, and I look forward to continuing to build this web with you. If you're ever in North Carolina, say hey at the Environmental Justice Network. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Next we have Crystal Smitherman. Crystal.
You know, James Baldwin said, "How much longer do I have to wait for your progress?" Think about that. I think it's time we stop waiting for their progress and make our own progress. My name is Crystal Smitherman. I serve as President Pro Tem of the Birmingham City Council, and it is an honor to receive this award tonight. I want to say thank you to the Black Millennials for Flint for this honor. I want to thank my support system, my parents, my colleague, Councilor Woods, raise your hand, his staff, our essential staff, and my friends. I was 25 when I started serving on the Birmingham City Council, and I wanted to bring a fresh new perspective to City Hall. I wanted to give back to the community that raised me, because I don't know if you've been to Birmingham, Alabama, but it's majority Black. And guess what? 70% of Birmingham is a food desert. Think about that. So that means almost every Black and brown person does not have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So environmental justice is important because it is a basic human right. And I will continue the good fight because we still have work to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Next we have David Mills. David Mills.
Thank you so much for this award. I've been lucky enough to work with Black Millennials with Flint, and I'm always in awe of your work. It's a real honor to receive this award from you guys, so thank you so much. I also want to thank my team at the Climate Action Campaign. When I joined about a year ago, I didn't know it would be such a fantastic ride to be on, from the patches of the IRA to our Solutions for Pollution campaign launching. I'm truly blessed to work with such amazing partners and colleagues that are so dedicated to fight this climate crisis. So thank you guys. Lastly, the reason why I'm here is because of my family in particular. My mom, who's here, I don't know where she went, but there she is. She came to this country from Panama with 2 kids, and then a few years later welcomed me here. She worked tirelessly all her life to give her kids an opportunity and a chance of a good life. And she's the reason why I'm here today. So I want to thank her by doing this work and fighting for families like mine. So thank you, Mom. I love you. Lastly, I just want to say congratulations to my fellow awardees. And thank you guys so much and have a great night.
All right, our next awardee is Deanna Brown. Yeah!
Hi everyone, my name is Deanna Brown and I am from the north side of Flint, born and raised. And I told my friends I'm gonna come up here and say what's on my heart. If I did not meet Michelle Mapson, the co-founder of Black Millennials for Flint, I would not be here today in this space. And that goes from one of my friends signing me up for environmental inequalities when my grandmother passed in April 2020. They put me in this space here, and two of them was recording me in front. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. And to Latricia, thank you for every opportunity you've given me thus far. I would not be the woman I am today without you, and I love you so much. And thank you for this honor. And shout out to my Black Millennials tribe. I love y'all.
All right, our next awardee is Dontavius L. Jarrells.
I would like to take 5 seconds of my time to give the loudest applause we can to Black Millennials at Flint and Latricia. If we can do that right now. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Dontavius Jarrells. I just so happen to be a state representative and assistant minority leader, one of the youngest in the country. I stand, oh, there's a clap for that. Clap for that. Don't take off my time. I'm so excited to be here with you all to accept this award. Thank you so much to Black Millennials at Flint for bestowing this upon me. I got two things real quick. Martin Luther King once said, to serve, you only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I'm going to repeat that for the folks in the back. Martin Luther King once said, to serve, you only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I love my people enough to fight for them. We love our people enough to fight for them. And that's why, because being a lead poison survivor, I was able to draw down $150 million from the state, from ARPA funds, to fight on lead prevention and mitigation, so that our families can actually get what they deserve. And so my second point is this: I love my mama, because I believe in divine providence. And if I died, and because I lived, I'm here to save so many more lives. And so right now, we are the people that's going to change the trajectory of this nation. And I stand with each and every one of you. God bless, and thank you all.
Thank you, Representative Dontavius. Our next awardee is Dwayne R. Norris. All right, clap him up as he comes.
Hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, y'all look beautiful out here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. So my name is Dwayne Norris. I'm the co-founder of Soulful Synergy. Shout out to my business partner who won this award just a little while ago. We come from New York City, where we do a lot of workforce development. And for our work, we are trying to kind of bridge the section between racial, environmental, and economic justice through workforce development. So we're training people for jobs in green construction, clean energy, lighting, HVAC, heat pumps, offshore wind, electric vehicles. We know that there is millions, billions, and ultimately trillions of dollars coming into this space, and we need to have our say in how our communities are leveraging those dollars to make sure that we're transforming our communities, making them healthier and safer. And it's our privilege to be a part of this fight with you all. Honored by the Black Millennials for Flint. I love what y'all have done throughout this entire period of Black Lives Matter and the movement and everything. You were a resource that I sent people to when they had questions about how they could get involved, and I just appreciate you all for honoring us tonight. So thank you all. I'm a first-generation American. My entire family is Bayesian from Barbados, and to be here standing with you all is just a pleasure. Y'all are beautiful. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Bring it back down, bring it back down. All right, our next awardee is Hazel Crawford Jr. Please.
Good evening. My name is Hazel Crawford Jr. I'm a native Washingtonian, public servant within DC government. I just want to thank the Black Millennials of Flint for this anonymous, extravagant award that I just received. And I just want to say that environmental justice is not a mere concept, but a vital movement that can reshape our society and safeguard the future of our planet and our beloved cities. It is a call to action that resonates with the urgency of our times. While I stand here as a recipient of this award, I acknowledge that this movement's real heroes are the countless individuals, communities, and organizations tirelessly striving to right the wrongs of environmental inequality. And I just want to say thank you for your countless work and determination, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Hazel. Our next awardee is Jordan Roberts. Jordan Roberts.
Hello, everyone. Wow, everyone does look beautiful. This is a view. First, I want to give honor and thanks to God who gave us this earth in the first place. Like, shout out to God. I do believe that He placed me and my co-recipients here to be vessels to protect it. It means so much to have awards like this that acknowledge how seriously we take this responsibility. So thank you, Black Millennials for Flint and the Congressional Black Caucus for this honor. My environmental justice journey has been inspired by so many people, and there are three in particular. My Nana, whom I saw fight environmental injustice as mayor of her hometown. My mom, who validated my voice and then taught me how to use it. And my dad, who showed me how to defend what is right. The School of the Environment at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University gave me the best, gave me the best academic foundation to strike out environmental injustice. And there's so much more we can do. So let us continue to write a narrative that will show that this generation of Black and brown youth has made a difference in environmental justice. Thank you guys so much.
All right, y'all already know what I'm gonna say. When I say hush, y'all say hush. 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 One more time, hush. Hush. We're all advocates in this space. A part of justice is respect, y'all. I need us to maintain that. We gonna make it. I promise y'all gonna get a chance to get lit and talk. But right now we have awardees who want their 1 minute. Let's give it to them, all right? Our next awardee is Junior I'm sorry, I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. Junior Ezionu.
How y'all doing this evening? Y'all good? So I'll be very brief. I know y'all are tired and you want to get off your feet. My name is Junior Ezionu. I serve as a city council member for the great city of Grand Prairie, Texas. I was blessed enough to get elected at the age of 22 years old 2 years ago, becoming the youngest person to ever serve and the first African American elected since the early 1990s. I want to thank Black Millennials from Flint for this honor. I'm truly honored and grateful. But what I want to state is that when we're combating this climate crisis, we're fighting for environmental justice and trying to create a better world. We have to understand that it's going to take more than just elected officials. It's going to take more than just concerned residents of a city, community leaders. It's going to take every single person in this room, every single person back in your city, your county, your state for us to move forward and move in a very progressive direction. So I encourage you, even on those very tough days that you're told that we can't do it, that we can't strive and create a better world, a more sustainable future for not just our children, but our grandchildren, and for those that will come after us. Keep that in mind, that we can and we shall overcome. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Take care.
All right, our next awardee is Casey Craft. Casey Craft.
Hey y'all! I like that. My name is Casey Craft,
and I'm currently an MD, PhD candidate at Howard University College of Medicine. There, I specifically focus on medical microbiology. Growing up, I was always captivated by the wonders of science. Yet it wasn't until I witnessed the pressing need for advocates and relentless researchers in STEM that my true passion was ignited. To stand here today recognized as one of the young, gifted, and green 40 under 40 is not just an honor for me, but a testament to the importance of our shared mission. Let's continue to push boundaries, ask questions, and search for answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Our next awardee is Keith Jones, Jr.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Keith Jones, Jr. Look behind me. I'm actually a resident native Washingtonian of DC Ward 8. Ward 8 in the house. For many years, I've been involved in environmental justice, and I've been in a room full of people that don't look like us. So this is nice. Nice to see. I work for a nonprofit called Ward 8 Woods Conservancy. We are a small nonprofit environmental justice group that works to clean up the wooded land in Ward 8. So you all know about Rockfeet Park. I know you know the song by the Blackbirds, I'm an old soul. But Ward 8 is blessed to have 500 acres of space that has been neglected. It's become a dumping ground, illegal dumping. So we have worked for the past 5 years to remove over 2 million tons of trash out of the parks and woods in Ward 8. The Ward 8 historically is economically and has been neglected. It's low income. We have come to make that change. So thank you to Black Millennials of Flint for this recognition. Thank you all. Congratulations to you all.
All right, our next awardee is Khadijah Shaw.
Hello, everyone. Bear with me. I'm kind of nervous, and I want to start off by saying I'm super excited to be here. I want to do a special shout out to my family. My mom's right there, my baby sister, my dad's in the back. I'm so thankful for them. They have supported me through everything. They've shaped me into the woman I am today. And also another shout out to the Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition. I'm not sure if my executive director is here right now, but I've been interning with them for a year now, and they have provided me with countless opportunities to serve my community as well as connect with my community. And as a Bowie State student and a Prince George's County native, I'm not sure if there's any PG in the house. Okay. I'm all for people that look like us being in the forefront of environmental justice, because we are the ones that's getting affected the most. And if not you personally, our brothers and our sisters. So with that being said, I'm thankful for this award, and congratulations to my fellow awardees.
Hush. Hush. All right, our next awardee is LaCheryl M. Dodge.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to say I'm truly honored to be selected as awardee by Black Millennials for Flint. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. My name is LaCheryl Dodge. You said it perfectly. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and yes, I'm an attorney. I'm the city prosecutor for the city of Pritchard, and I'm also the community liaison for the Equitable Neighborhoods Initiative. So environmental justice, as a lawyer, justice is all that I'm about. But when I started out as a prosecutor, I wanted to be the person that the people that look like me knew that just because I'm prosecuting doesn't mean it's the end of the world. And I'd rather preach one and teach one as opposed to just punishment when that's not always the case. So in addition to prosecuting for the city of Pritchard, the state of Alabama realized that there was a serious need for environmental justice across the state. And they selected Pritchard as one of those communities. So with the work, we're ready, we've started, and I'm ready to continue the work. And I also just want to say congratulations to all of my fellow awardees. Let's get to work. Thank you.
awardee is LeVar T. Thomas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is LeVar Thomas. I serve as an Environmental Justice Coordinator with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And I just want to start by saying it's truly an honor to be receiving this award from Latricia and the Black Millennials for Flint, so thank you. And to also honor that when you see me, I represent a village. I represent my beautiful wife who's here tonight. I represent my family in Brooklyn, New York. I represent the communities that I continue to serve in terms of elevating their concerns and amplifying their voice. Growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, I didn't always realize that I could be in spaces like this. That people who came from my community with the background that we came from could have a position of power to lead policy changes, to have an impact. And with the EPA, I have the opportunity to elevate a lot of the voices that I hear in the communities when I'm going to sites and listening to concerns about water quality, hearing communities feel that there's no more hope. And every day when I wake up, I ask myself the question, what will your impact be? What will your impact be, LeVar? And how will you continue to make changes in these communities that are dealing with so many burdens? So every day when I go to work, that hope is in my heart to continue to fight, to continue to hold on despite the struggles that we see in society today. So I want to leave you with this quote from Dr. King. It says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep on moving. So for all my fellow nominees and awardees, keep on moving. Thank you.
Thank you, LeVar. Next, we have Mariah Davis.
Hey y'all, good evening. I just want to say thank you to Black Millennials for Flint for this honor. It is a privilege to be up here celebrating with all of my fellow awardees, so congratulations to us, congratulations to you. I also want to thank my friends and my family, some of who are here today, for all of your support. I wouldn't be able to do this work without you. Dr. Martin Luther King seems to be a common theme, so I'm going to quote him as well. But you know, one of the last things that he did while he was on this earth was fighting for environmental justice. Right? So fast forward, and what are we still doing? Right. However, I mean, I wouldn't want to do this work. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else without you all today. I'm so honored to be able to share this space and to continue this work. This is not feel-good work. This is selfless work. Let's get to work.
All right. Our next awardee is Raul Garcia.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Latricia. It's been just incredible to get to work with you. I work for Earthjustice, and as Jeremy mentioned, we're a bunch of lawyers, but you will never see Earthjustice representing itself in court, and you will never see Earthjustice representing itself in Congress. We work and we partner with the people that are most impacted by environmental racism, and for that, these awards mean so much. Because it is very different to have a Capitol Hill meeting where we're talking politics that is completely divorced from the real facts that communities are facing on the ground. And so it means so much to be able to say that we work with you, that we work with all of the folks around here who can speak truth to power, who can tell us about the cancer clusters, who can tell us about the infant deaths, and who ultimately shows what true power looks like. And for all the lessons that you give us, and for all the power that we wield with you, thank you. Really, really thank you.
Thank you, Raul. Our next awardee is Richard Gallen. Richard Gallen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Gallen, and I live in the state of Arizona. In 2018, I almost gave up on organizing. I was part of a youth-led organization that was willing to sacrifice people of color to get the best person on the left that they believed could win. If you would have asked me 5 years ago that I would be up here with Black Millennials in Flint, receiving this award, I would have said I work in the environmental movement. Black and brown people like us are not seen at the forefront of this organization, this movement. I get the honor of working with young professionals and students with Defend Our Future, part of the EDF family, and they are frustrated by the lack of inaction by people who are elected to represent us. But because of those students, I have been able not only to learn more about the environmental movement, because I, once again, did not expect myself to be here. I was a sociology major with an emphasis of gender and women's studies, and planned on going into entertainment communication. So this is truly an honor, surprise, shock, but I'm so grateful to be able to share the room with so many talented, young, Black, brown, and Indigenous folks here, because we all know dozens of people who have done this work alongside us who will never be honored like we are tonight, even though they should. Thank you.
Hush. Hush. All right, our next awardee is Sahara James.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to Black Millennials for Flint for organizing this amazing event and honoring me and 39 other very admirable people with this award. I'm always happy to know that I'm just one of many who are doing groundbreaking work in environmental justice in this country. Like I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, I inherently feel a lot of personal responsibility for my community and their well-being. So I spend a lot of my time and energy keeping my head down in my work, on my day-to-day. There's always a barrier to push. There's always something new to be on top of. And I guess I'm so used to that, I forgot that people get acknowledged for it. So I was really shocked when I got that email, but I was also affirmed and proud and motivated. So thank you, Black Millennials for Flint, really, for giving me the opportunity to pick my head up. And thank you to my kick-ass team at Kinetic Communities Consulting who are doing real work. My director, Daphne Rose Sanchez, she's a previous Young Gifted and Green honoree. And thank you to her for seeing potential in me and giving me a space to grow within it. And thank you to my family and friends who love me deeply and are always there for me when I'm feeling in over my head. You all are my foundation. I am honored to be serving my community, and I'm gonna keep doing it whether I get an award or not. Thank you.
Sean Lamb.
I just want to try it. Hush. I just wanted to try it one time, sorry. I just want to thank God first and foremost. Without him, none of this could be even remotely possible. When we're talking about like coming into the field of public health and epidemiology, you never think of like awards. For my time working with HIV and TB in different parts of the world, or on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic, or even up to now working in with lead poisoning and making sure those health outcomes are better for those children. I never thought I would get an award. So when I look at this award, I think like, wow, this is, I guess we're doing the right thing, you know what I mean? I guess I'm doing the right thing, and I look at this award not as a stopping point, but something better for the future. And, you know, I just want to thank my amazing friends and family. Some of these people are amazing, amazing people. And I just thank you. My lovely family, my mom who's here today, thank you so much for just being amazing, and my dad back home.
And I just want to thank my learning community at Georgia State University, Morehouse School of Medicine, and my brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, especially the Zeta Mu chapter. Thank you again, Black Millennials for Flint, for this award, and I appreciate it.
All right, our next awardee is Shamira Levine.
First and foremost, thank you for everyone looking so great tonight. Y'all look good on this rooftop tonight. I want to say thank you to God. I wouldn't be here without God. And thank you to Latricia and the Black Millennials for Flint. Thank you. You are queen. Thank you. I am the little black girl who grew up in between the petrochemical industries in Cancer Alley, where I'm from. I want to thank my grandfather, Milton Kayet Sr., who fought for civil rights in St. James Parish. I want to thank my cousin Imelda West, who stopped Shintech from being built in St. James Parish. And I want to thank my mama for stopping 3 industries to be built in St. James Parish, aka Cancer Alley, where I'm from. And I want to thank my fiance for looking good in that suit tonight, baby. God chose this fight for me before I was ever born. My grandfather was doing it, my cousin was doing it, and my mom is doing it. And I'm thankful to God that my mom could see me winning an award in her lifetime, to know that the fight is going to continue even after you aren't here, mama. I got you. God put my mama on this fight, and you know what God's track record is. He ain't never lost. This battle that we're fighting against the industries in Cancer Alley, the battle has already been won. We just catching up to it. I want to thank everyone here and thank you for this award and this recognition. My mom has won so many awards. One trickled down to me. Thank you, Mom. And when they say, I get it from my mama, I'm going to say you absolutely right. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamira. Next we have Sumner Lewis. Sumner Lewis.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for this award. It means so much to be recognized in this way, as I am the only person of color at my organization. I work for Diano, a Jewish call to climate justice, and I am one of the 10 to 15% of Jews of color. And we are here in this work and sit in this especially marginalized category of feeling the impacts of environmental justice and also wanting to work with our Jewish community to work within the larger Jewish climate movement and climate movement in general. And it's just such an honor to be up here, recognized in this way, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank my mom. She did call me earlier today asking to be thanked, but I would thank her no matter what. She recommended that I take this job, and it has opened so many doors for me, and thank you so much.
We're getting close, y'all. Hush. Hush. All right, our next awardee is Tiffany Randall. Anybody see Tiffany coming? Okay. Our next awardee is Wesley Wiggins. Good
evening, everybody. I'm an introvert, so talking about myself is really, really anxiety-inducing. So instead, I'm going to talk about the people that got me here. First, I want to shout out my family back there, my mom, my dad, my sister. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I love you guys. Thanks for coming out. Second shout out to the Freebie crew. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for just got my back. Yeah, you guys are great. And then finally, I want to say a really special thank you to Black Millennials for Flint, and specifically the wonderful Latricia Adams, who without this, I wouldn't be here. We met in person literally a year ago today, and it is so like mind-blowing that I am up here today, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you very much.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Wayessa McAllister.
Good evening. My name is Wayessa McAllister. I'm the Director of Community Conservation at Potomac Conservancy, region's leading clean water advocate, celebrating 30th year, protecting the Potomac River, making sure we're getting clean drinking water, healthy lands, and vibrant communities. So let's give a round of applause for Potomac Conservancy. Prior to my time at the Conservancy, I founded a Bridge Hope, a small nonprofit that brings clean and safe drinking water to Ethiopian rural communities. Thank you. I'm truly honored to receive this award, thanks to Black Millennials for Flint, for acknowledging my work in the community, and here in the community here, and also back in Ethiopia. Thank you for bringing together community champions, shining the light on the critical environmental justice challenges and the change makers who are taking action for cleaner and healthier future for us. I would like to give a big shout out for some of my Bridge Hope team over here, who understand the importance of water in the Ethiopian rural communities and willing to empower communities and inspire people to give to these communities who are desperately in need of clean, simple, clean drinking water in Ethiopia. Lastly, a big shout out to Potomac Conservancy for giving me the chance to immerse myself in the DC community, to support communities in taking action in the Potomac River, our drinking water source. Believe it or not, 90% of DC Metro residents get their drinking water from Potomac River. My goal at Potomac Conservancy is to continue creating, inviting space, places and opportunities for people who look like me and you, who have been historically excluded from the broader environmental movement.
Liberation. My name is Joshua Long. I am a musician and I work with Interfaith Power and Light. And I want to say thank you to Black Millennials for Flint for naming me one of 40 under 40, young, gifted, and green. There is still so much that we all must do to ensure that we have a livable, sustainable planet for all human beings and all living things. And I believe that music and arts and our faith communities all play a part in these solutions. So thank you once again. Peace, love, and clean air for all.
I'm honored to receive the Young, Gifted, and Green 40 Under 40 Award by Black Millennials for Flint and thank them for their work to advance environmental justice. My deepest gratitude is for my parents, sister, and partner, who are my biggest supporters and share in this achievement with me. I'm grateful to the Carbon 180 team, in particular Aaron Burns and Ubad Kosar, who constantly uplift and guide me. I also have profound appreciation for the communities of California's Central Valley and Bay Area, who have taught me, shaped me, and given me the honor of working in co-powerment to pursue justice. As a Latina and daughter of immigrants, liberation from oppressive systems and fair access to opportunities have been driving forces in my life. Having grown up in the Central Valley, I love the environment in every sense of the word, from the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains to our diverse multicultural communities. They are why I strive for environmental justice, for frontline communities like mine to be healthy, prosperous, and autonomous. I'm fortunate to work every day at Carbon 180 in support of this passion. Thank you again for this honor.
I am deeply honored to accept the Young, Gifted, and Green 40 Under 40 Award. I want to thank Black Millennials for Flint for this recognition and for their dedication to environmental justice for lead-free African American and Latino communities. Water equity and food justice are issues that I truly care about, and I would also like to recognize the importance of community, mentorship, and collaboration required for me to be accepting this award. This award reminds me that in community there's not only strength but power to make a positive impact for our communities. The current and past cohorts of awardees provide exemplary examples of dedication to environmental justice, and it is an honor to be recognized with them. Thank you so much.
Right, and as we close out, we will have brief words from Congressman Jamal Bowman.
Peace and love, everyone. How y'all doing? It's good to be with you. First and foremost, congratulations to all the honorees. Give yourselves a round of applause. I want to give a shout out to my man Dwayne Norris and his organization, Soulful Synergy, doing great work in New York, particularly New York 16. Give him a round of applause. And where's my man Alejandro at? Alejandro, where you at? I just saw you. You still in the bathroom? All right, Alejandro Alvarez, also down with Soulful Synergy. Just give him a round of applause. So, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being who you are. We need your innovation. We need your creativity. We need your brilliance. And we need your relentlessness and your courage as you continue to fight the fight to make our planet completely green, clean, and renewable and safe. So we need you to do that. And the last thing I'll say is this. Over my shoulder, we have the Capitol. That is considered the quote-unquote halls of power. Many people in that Capitol care more about their own power than your power. It is imperative, it is essential that you do everything in your power to build your own power, your community's power, and hold those in power accountable. You are the revolution that we need. Do not wait for anyone to give you permission. Do not let anyone tell you, wait your turn. You are ready to lead right now. You have my full support. The revolution will be televised, and we all will be the leaders of that revolution. Thank you so much.
All right, so as the night comes to a close, first of all, give everyone a round of applause. Thank you to all of our awardees. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for continuing to show up in community, in the communities that you serve. You are important, you are valued, you are seen. Someone said that we spend a lot of the time doing the work that we do with our head down, and that's so true. So I hope that you all will take some time tonight to celebrate yourselves. The bar is open till 8:30. Here's your time to talk and get loud and rowdy. You're free.
She said we better off as best friends.